Day 7 of my transformation, my aquarium transformation. Things are looking real good. If you look at my finger leather there, looking really good. Coming out. Then back is a Recordia. If you can take a look at him or she. She's looking really good out. Nice colors. Private. Take a look around. Side view here. Everybody's looking real good. Again, it's still day 7. Just this time, lights are on in my aquarium. So, just coming out. You see my Recordia, really good. I don't know if I like that position, but we'll see. I was using that epoxy. And you see it all built around the finger leather. And I went to my aquarium store and talked to some guys. They recommended a new product that's out that I wasn't familiar with. It's a glue product that actually you can glue and it activates underwater. And that's what I used to put the Recordia. That's how I attached the Recordia to the live rock. As you can tell, it's much cleaner. I took it off its previous location. I've got to get that off there, but it'll overgrow coral line algae as well. Look really nice, but still, the benefit of that glue is you don't have to add that putty around and trying to get it to hold and take place, and it alters the look of your rock. So I'm really excited about that. And there you can see some of that piece of the glue right there on the side of the Recordia. It's like cement. Again, it's my first time using it, so as I use it more and more, I learn more about the product. Because I realized you shouldn't stick it directly in the water. You gotta get maybe 10 seconds to set, and then you can stick it down in the water. Oh, that's my little friend, my emerald green crab. You can see him. He's on the overhang there. See if I catch him good. Very hard to see. But here's my friend, my green clown goby. See him there? Got 2 in there. He's got a beautiful face. Got a lot of personality. Lots of personality. And he's real happy in this tank because of all the little nicks and crannies, all the crevices in which he could hide and feel comfortable in the tank. Down here is the hole where my watchman lives, along with pistol shrimp. You see them usually, they'll come out. Oh, there's the watchman. He's on the backside, actually. Let's see if we can take a look at him on the backside. See him on the backside? There he is. Pretty cool, huh? That's the one thing about creating a tank like this is it's cool to get up on it and just look and see cool stuff, little stuff that and building the habitat in which they'll thrive and they'll act as if though they were in their natural environment. So how do you incorporate having your tank aesthetically pleasing, providing you with the amount of space you desire to keep what you want to keep, while allowing the habitat, the fish and inverts, corals, to thrive in an environment that's very similar to where they live. Again, it's just about planning and knowing what you want, and I did that. I told you I wanted certain types of fish, and I'm not going to deviate from that plan. certain types of coral. I'm still working on the coral, and that's fine. It's a work in progress. Um, the planning with coral takes place with where to place your coral and whether the corals are going to be aggressive or not aggressive, stinging, not stinging, and so forth, and what can you combine, and their nutritional needs and lighting needs. You got to do that type of planning, but for the most part, you can do that as you go. The fish, however, you pretty much want to know what you kind of want initially, so you can set up your tank accordingly. Um, and I urge you not to deviate too much from your plan, because when you start incorporating fish that you didn't plan for, I find that to present more problems than you actually thought you would have. With size, maybe aggressiveness, um, susceptibility to ick, and that's the big problem. You introduce new fish, all of a sudden you get an ick explosion. So, and there's also a pecking order. There's a certain type of order you introduce your fish, and you got to understand that order. Because if you put a more aggressive fish in first, and then you put a less aggressive fish in, and the aggressive fish decides to, for whatever reason, just attack your fish constantly, provoking it to have a disease or just not eat and eventually die. So keep that in mind. As you see, my Watchman and my pistol shrimp are right there. Look at that. It's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. I love their relationship. I plan on getting a Randall's goby shrimp. I read that the Randall's goby shrimp and another shrimp type goby, such as the yellow Watchman, they'll actually could share a burrow together and share the same pistol shrimp. So they don't necessarily have to be the same species of gobies. So I'm gonna actually, that's what I want to get, is a Randall goby. I love the way they look. I'm also still considering whether I should just put a yellow Watchman instead, but I'll continue to do research just to make sure. There's a little clown goby's coming out. Yeah. His friend, I don't know where the other one is. I have to find him. Again, that's pretty cool. Just looking for him. These little crevices. He's smaller, so he can be. There's my chromises. They're growing. They're nice. I love chromises. Very peaceful fish. And they're schooling. So I put all three in at the same time. And they came from the same tank, so they know each other, and it keeps the stress levels down. That's the whole idea. Once you get your fish acclimated to your tank, you have less problems, and that's usually the initial, I say, 72 hours is key. After that, you tend to have a higher success rate of your fish surviving and thriving, but that critical moment is within the first 72 hours. So I'd urge you not to add one fish today, one fish tomorrow, because the fish you added the day before hasn't really had a chance to acclimate, and you can induce more stress by adding more fish. And then the fish you added, new fish, is stressed, and the fish you just added is stressed a little bit more. So again, patience. I definitely urge patience. Encourage that when you set up your saltwater reef aquarium. As you see, my tank, and keep in mind, my tank is a little bit more established because I had it running before I transformed it to reef. So I'm able to, put coral in a little bit earlier than somebody who just put a new setup in place. So, and again, I'm not rushing it. These are easy coral to keep, and I'm having success. And that's the fun about this hobby. When you have success, you have a lot more fun. And it's not as expensive. But I seem can't find my other clown goby. I thought he'd come out by now. He's probably around here somewhere, no telling. But look at these guys. These guys are just cool, aren't they? Look at him just sitting in that crevice there. Hey, my daughter, do you want to say anything about the aquarium and fish and what you've learned and what you know?
Yeah. So my dad's recording this, and we just you put finger leather on them to say, and the goby's right over here, and the pistol shrimp is working on it home.
Mm-hmm.
And we put snails in there so we can clean it easy.
Mm-hmm. Nice cleaner package.
Yeah.
Don't you love the goby and the shrimp? It's pretty
Yeah.
cool, huh?
Mhm. And these three fish right here are named. The smallest is Abigail. The medium one is Uzzle, and the biggest one is Rosie.
Love it. Always naming fish. What about the clown goby right there? The little guy. What would you name him?
He's named Thrasher. Thrasher.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty cool name. I can't seem to find the other one. Do you know where he's at?
Yeah, he's over here. Let's see if I can find him. He can go in there somewhere.
Alright. So we're gonna sign off and we'll be back in a little while.